Okay, so you're looking at my Vizio TV, and it's running Furmark. Probably wondering why, because this isn't the room that I work in. Right next to it is my computer. Now, why would I be running Furmark on my computer when I've done all the stress tests in the past when I actually purchased the hardware? When I first purchase hardware, I always run stress tests. I rather find out if the hardware is defective when I first get it than wait 6 months and then have to go through the manufacturer and wait for an exchange or for them to do a half-assed job fixing it. So why am I running it when I've run this a billion times before? I'll explain to you. So today was a busy day. I had to wake up, take my grandmother to the doctor. I had a family come up from Long Island, so by the time I got back from her with the doctor, they were here and I was hanging out with them. So I'm like, you know what, I had a video I wanted to work on, but I'll wait till later in the day. I want to talk about Capcom. I want to talk about Lost Planet 3 and some other crap going on with Capcom. So what happened was, around 5 o'clock, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to step aside, go upstairs, start working. I'm going to capture some footage. So I just go to play Lost Planet, the original one. Fitting, talking about Lost Planet 3, talking about Capcom, good game to commentate over and discuss what I wanted to discuss. So, about the second level, right after the introduction, I'm in the parking garage. If you played Lost Planet, you know what I'm talking about. Kill off all the spider things, kill off their respawning areas, and the game freezes solid. I'm like, what is this? I was recording it with Fraps, and it just freezes. So I'm like, okay, was that Fraps that did that? I'm like, no, that can't be. I've actually recorded that game with Fraps before, and it worked fine. I'm like, alright, whatever. So what I did was, I'm thinking, okay, this is a 5-year-old game. I don't get it. I doubt that the card, what do I have to underclock the card? So I have that performance tool from NVIDIA, their licensed, award-winning performance tool, and I've never overclocked this card. It's a factory overclock card. I've never overclocked the card more than its standard factory settings. But once in a while, like Battlefield 3, they had it right on EA's website when Battlefield 3 first came out. Battlefield 3, whether it's factory overclock or user overclock, does not like working with overclock cards. So ever since I got Battlefield 3 for the PC, I've had to use this performance tool to underclock the card when I play those games. And a couple other games don't like working with this card when it's at its factory settings. So whatever. I put the card to the standard 560 Ti settings, whatever NVIDIA wants it to be right from the factory when it's not factory overclocked. And I set that. I apply it, fine. I'm like, you know what though, before I get out of this program, let me turn up, because I didn't at the time, now I just blew it out. I blew the whole machine out with an air compressor. Maybe the machine's a little bit dusty. I'll turn up the speed of the fan a little bit. So I turn it to like 60%. Click apply again, and the software says, error, invalid value could not execute, something like that. I'm like, that's disturbing. What, are the fans not running on the goddamn GPU? So I'm like, you know what? Haven't done a stress test in a while. Haven't had a reason to. Let me run Furmark again. Family's still here. Go down and visit them. They're up from Long Island, like I said. I think I said that before. I'll hang out with them, have some coffee, and talk to them. So come downstairs. Thank God I left my computer monitor on. All of a sudden, like 30 seconds after I start Furmark and walk downstairs, I hear brrrr, brrrr, brrrr. I'm like, what did someone break out of prison? What the hell is that? Took a second to sink in. I'm like, oh crap, something's overheating in my computer. Thank God for Furmark, and thank God I left my monitor. I run back up, big bold letters on my screen. Your video card is over 100 degrees Celsius. Stop the test. I'm like, oh my, and the test was actually froze. It locked up because the card got so hot. Thank God I run up there right away. I was actually going to go out and go to the gym or do something while the test was running. Thank God I stayed home. Anyway, so I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, no, can't be. I'm like, is it the software which is preventing my fans from speeding up when you start doing a heavy task with the video card or have a game running, and it's not letting the fans speed up because there's a bug with this performance software? That's what it was. I uninstalled the NVIDIA performance tool, Ran Furmark again, ran like a dream. So NVIDIA's award-winning licensed performance software that I've never used to overclock the video card, only underclock, if I wasn't home and let the test run, would have killed my machine. So there's 2 points to this video. One, don't overclock your damn cards. I understand that, I'll liquid cool it, and, or if I get a factory overclock card, it's covered under the warranty. I can tell you from having 2 of them, this one being included, I have a pallet NVIDIA GeForce 560 Ti factory overclocked. Don't overclock them. Don't overclock a video card, and don't buy a factory overclocked video card. It's not worth it. They're finicky with certain games. If you user overclock it, it's a pain in the ass because it voids your warranty. And even if you have liquid cooling and something goes wrong, then you're screwed and out of a video card. You're better off saving your money, spending more money later on, and stepping up to a better piece of hardware, getting a better GPU. Don't overclock stuff. It's not worth it, and don't buy factory overclocked. It's not worth it. And to NVIDIA, with your award-winning software that would have blown up my machine if I wasn't home, thank you so much. I'm glad you test your software to make sure it works properly. Anyway, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. Why did my screen just blink? Have a good one. Watch it crashes now. If this card's fried, I'm going to cry. It's not, though. This has been running for an hour with no issues. Have a good one.